Hi Sandra, can you hear me? Alright, we'll wait for a few more people. Because I even got a sew sampler box today. Thought it was going to be Friday. Hi Shirley, hi Melissa. So, this came in today. Hi Kathy. I don't know how many of you watch Sew Becca, but it's called Home Sweet Nest for February. They have a beeswax in it for your thread. And that's a value of $7. I'm going to cut this open so we can see this. I love it too. So here's it's all plaid. This one's blue and yellow. Here's a pink and purple, a little bit of orange and blue. Here's some yellow, blue, and some orange in it. We got some blue, some purple, and some orange. Kind of looks like red on the camera, but it's orange. Here's some yellow. I have two, but I don't know. There might be a. I know the guy who sew should be coming soon. I just talked to him. And then we got some yellow and orange, all different shades of pink, and some yellow, kind of yellowish green, and a bluish green. So, and that was 12-piece fat 8th bundle for $18.99 or $98, excuse me. And then we got some, looks like Wonder Clips. From Fat Quarter Shop for a value of $8.98 with a little travel box. So you see something with your name, Melissa and Kathy? If you type, you'll see something too. And then a Just Better machine brushes. With silicone heads. because I'll show you the brushes I use. This is a little brush that came with the machine. They are little clips for little traveling. Yeah. So, and then this is the brush that came with my Bernina machine. I am so glad they came with these now. I have a Ziploc bag full of Wonder Clips that I travel with. Now we have a Swallow quilt pattern. That is $9.98. And I don't know if I'm going to do that pattern this time. And then a Bright Side, the block number 11. You're welcome, Kathy. I'm going to put them back in the box. And I did get started on the last box. I'm already done, Teresa. So, oh, here you go. So, also, you might hear in the background my puppies. They're outside playing. I'm all done, Teresa. You can come back. Hold on. Drop the little brush. Thank you, Kathy. So, I've been working, I figured I'd do a one block while Teresa did her live. So, hi Julie, thank you. Kathy, she said hers didn't come yet when we talked earlier. That they said that it was supposed to come Friday. Need a new one. But I have 3 German Shepherds. 2 girls and 1 boy. I'm going to make my screen smaller so you guys can see what I'm doing. If I can. One sec. They are amazing dogs. Thank you, Sandra. I've been working on it so that you guys can see it. I get it all cut. And I'll show you. They're all cut and ready to go. Thank you, Melissa. So, Lori Holt has those fabric boards. I just take mine. I use my leftover scrap batting and a foam board. Oh, sorry. And then some leftover strips. Whoop. Sometimes it doesn't sit there. But I didn't want to spend money for it if I can make it myself. Thank you, Kathy. I'm done. I was trying to hurry before you came. Did you see this, Teresa? That was the block I was working on while you did your live. So I messed up on the first few. I sewed them the wrong way. So I sewed, there you go. I sewed them that way, and they were supposed to be this way. So I so I have to fix these three. So I made the little blocks, the 4-patch, with that pretty butterflies and flowers. Thank you, Teresa. I'm making that Daydreams quilt that Teresa and Sobecca was doing. And I think they're doing another one this weekend. I'm not sure. Teresa could tell us. I don't have the Farm Girl Vintage book though. Oh, I didn't think of that. Okay. I got scraps laying everywhere. That's what I thought, Teresa. I wasn't sure. I haven't looked on the channel, but I am hoping to look on it this week and do it with you. But I've been busy for the last 2 weeks trying to get my little shop remodeled, so that's why finally I can do lives and all that. The video I should be getting the video put up soon. Are you doing it Melissa, are you doing like the flying geese? Or just the half square triangles? wanted to do that one too, Kathy. I just haven't decided if I really want to do it or not. Because I thought instead of buying the kit, I'd buy the pattern instead and buy my own fabric material that I want. I know Becky from Power Tools is doing that one, the chicken salad quilt. Oh, and you meaning like this? This, like the half square triangle? I learned to use either mark the back of it or I'll show you the seam tape, like Tiffany always says. Oh. I find it on Amazon. I'll have to download it then. I think I just got the last of it. Oh, without the scanning cut machine? Hi Marie. I just I've been practicing, that's all I can do. I don't know how much zoomer I can do. Oh. I don't know if you can see that. If I cut it in half, I'm able to do it too, Melissa. Hi Nancy. And I have this little tool here that goes on my machine to keep the 1/4 inch. I know that feeling, Teresa. I do that sometimes too. This is a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Not just a 1/4 inch, you can do it any size with a special foot. I think it's T Quilt because she's on too. So I had started 30 minutes after T Quilt. I figured. That's awesome. I just turned off the light so you guys can be able to see. I also have a 1/4 inch foot, and it's on my machine as well, with a a foot pusher to move. So More than welcome to say hi, Teresa. Hi, Martha. My name is Courtney, and like I said on the last live, you guys can call me CJ as well, if it's easier to remember. Thank you, Melissa and Teresa. Thank you, Martha. I'm just working on the Daydream from Fat Quarter Shop. So sampler. While taking a break from long arming. My needle's just right. It doesn't move unless I use my machine to move it. So I was the one, Melissa. When you and yes, I do have a cochlear implant. Only because 3 years ago I lost I was hard of hearing before my cochlear implant for almost a long time of my entire life. I had 2 antibiotics that it damaged my ear nerves that they weren't supposed to put together, but they didn't know in the 90s. About 3.5 years ago, we found out my left hearing just disappeared. And it went worse. Thank you, Marie. I do quilt for others as well as for myself. There will be some long arm videos as well. But I'm trying to finish the clients' quilts before I do any. I don't know how many of you know Lorena Quilting. She sent me this fabric here. That's here in the color. And I made a quilt out of it. And of course I drop it. So, I don't know if you can see it. With a 10.5-inch border. You're welcome, Melissa. I know she just recently posted a video, but I made this pattern from Tiffany's Quilting Life. So, for those that are joining, I have 3 German Shepherds out. And they're playing outside. I do like that pattern too, Melissa. It's easy and simple. I can show you another pattern I'm working on. I'm actually quilting it. Since I'm a long armer, I would rather do. I have an idea of a quilting design I want to do with it. Thank you, Sandra. I don't know how many of you know Violet Craft. The elephant. I know Teresa's seen it in the Facebook group. I don't know. There's the trunk of it. Where am I from? I am in Kansas. Born and raised in the Kansas. I'm the first generation out of 4 generations to quilt. I'm the 3rd generation. My grandma quilted wallets and made checkbook wallets. I've been doing it for piecing 5 years and 4.5 years for quilt long arming. My puppies' names are, and as long as you guys know Star Wars, one of them is Leia. The other one is Mufasa from Lion King. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Melissa. And the last one is Anna from Frozen. Hutchinson, Kansas. So I'm basically 45 minutes from Wichita. I went to a store up in Kansas City that had a quilt store that Elizabeth Good Goods did a video on. So I went up there. Hi, Sean. And me, as a big, huge fan of Tula Pink, that was my favorite movie too, Kathy. My bedroom was Lion King. I'm not sure if I know any of them, Melissa. But my husband and I, both. So I went to KC Maker's studio in Kansas City. Let me zoom out the... and got the Tula Pink, the 2nd edition butterfly quilt. I'm going to try to make. I do have 2 cats too, and one's Nightmare, and the other one is Elsa. And then this is the other pattern I got, Newport Sails. My husband's into sailing, so he wanted a quilt made for him. Okay, I think you'll be able to find me because I'm in Teresa's group and so Becca's as well. I'm also on Facebook, so. And then I got this one to try. Thank you, Nancy. This one seems it's going to be a little harder because of the curves. I haven't done curves before. Okay. So, Teresa, have you seen Ian's new machine on Facebook? I have not been to Newport yet. I've been outside of the United States, but not Newport. Thank you, Kathy. So, I don't know how many of you know Ian, who just got a new machine. I don't know how well I can move the camera without pulling it out of the computer. No, it's actually a machine. When I looked at the pattern, I was afraid it was going to have to be hand pieced. No, it's all, it has like log cabins and stuff in there. So, hi Delana, how are you? No to Ian? Okay. I got a machine just as like Ian's because I've loved Tula. And let me see if I can move you guys a little bit. That is my machine. Tula Pink edition with the rainbow on the bottom. I haven't been to Connecticut, Sean. Eventually I'll be able to travel the whole United States. The pattern, most quilt stores have it. The machine, I don't know if they have anymore. We're all here together. Thank you, Teresa. The machine was my 30th birthday gift from my husband. The pattern, most quilt stores have it. That's how I found it. Why not, Sean? Thank you, Martha. So, in a month and a half, you will see videos of the ocean and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be getting on a big boat. It's a carnival cruise. But I will be making sure I can post some videos so you guys can see the beautiful world. Yes, it is, Sean. I am planning on to buy another one for my other B770. I've already put 3 million stitches on it. I would check Fat Quarter Shop. Might check Missouri Star. I don't know if the store is called Studio Makers or KC Maker and Studio in Kansas City. They have a website as well. If you can't find it on Fat Quarter Shop. I was hoping you have it by the time I start my live. I'm sorry. The giant one of what? Thank you, Teresa. I just figured to show off videos. I will be doing some hand sewing on vacation. Trying to do some quilts so that I can hand bind while I'm on vacation as well. As long as they're not too big. So he said, just to let you know, I was not for sure about the pattern though. That's the only thing. on this box. I've made every pattern that has come so far. This one, I'm not sure about it. The Sew Study table, yeah, I love it. I plan on getting a second one. He just comment right before you, Marie. Becca beat me to it before I could do it, but I think Teresa doesn't want to see it until she has her box first. That's why she was like, not gonna look. I do not. I found one at the KC Maker Studio, and I told my husband I needed one. He said eventually to match it with it. I have the original basic Bernina machine, totally. I have another Sew Study table, but it doesn't fit any of my machines. Thank you, Sean. Because I thought they had a video or a website as well. I know Elizabeth Goods did a video on that store. Teresa, Sean just posted the link for the butterfly pattern for you. They are not. And if they don't have your size for your machine, they can cut it to your size of your machine. You have to tell them what machine you have, and then they'll cut it to it. You can get it there, or you can go to the sewstudy.com and they have it, or to your sewing machine store. I got this one for $145. Hi, Lisa. If I'm saying that right, I'm not sure. Lessa or Lisa? Good night, Kathy. You have a wonderful evening. You're welcome. Melissa, you have a Facebook page, right? Are you on Facebook? Yeah, you can get the one he has or this one. Okay, Lisa. This one is a smaller version. So basically, hold on. You get a drawer with it, which I have half square triangles. I didn't know that, but I got mine from my dealership for the bananas. Okay, I have a page with this YouTube that would put in the description as soon as I figure that out. If you look for Sturbins, Courtney Sturbins, that's me. There's a picture of my family. And I think the overhead on the behind my personal picture, it would be my quilt that I won second place at the state fair last year. I'll get with you and we'll chat about it. It does take a couple weeks to get it from So Steady. But when I knew that they didn't, before I had Banana, I had an L9600. And they had to custom make that one. The problem is I traded that for a Quattro 2. Yes, I do. I follow Free Spirit on Facebook. And I follow Tula Pink as well. When I first started about five years ago, I ended up looking on YouTube trying to find something. I have not watched her videos lately, but I want to buy some of her fabric. Some of them I probably wouldn't cut into yet, because I want to keep them. Oh, and Sean, my husband's family is a huge fan of Star Wars as well. So every movie we went together to the movie theater as a whole family to watch it. Okay, if you can find it, yes, please, Melissa, thank you. And I'll prove it after we get off live. So the elephant paper piecing I also have the lion paper piecing and the wolf. My daughter's a huge wolf fan. So plan on making her a wolf for her bed. Although she said, no more quilts, Mom. But she doesn't know that one's coming. What I'm making is the Daydreams quilt from the Sew Sampler box. So that's awesome, Marie. I got this one when I first got my Banana 770 along with my long arm. I've had it for 4 years. And Sean is the reason I went with my Tula Pink, because I needed help and my family couldn't decide. So I really appreciate Sean for that. Because the other machine is just a simple one. I call her Little B. And she has over 3 million stitches on it. Only seen the first two. Couldn't. Me and Sean. I am sewing from January's, just like Teresa and Becca. I have not seen it yet, but I want to go see it. I'll have to look up that one. I know I put over 150,000 stitches on my big machine. So I can tell you I'm not as speedy as Tiffany though. I can't believe how fast she can go, and it's too fast for me. So she is a whiz. I have mine set right in the middle so I don't have to. No one is what, Sean? She is. Teresa, are you gonna make it says we're gonna have extra blocks. Are you gonna make pillows for it this time? Yeah, it was. I think. My husband spoiled me. Hi, Delilah. If I said that right. Yeah. It's up to you, but it says it's going to have extra. I thought maybe a pillow might be. She's talking about the butterfly pattern. If I'm correct. Delilah Kathy just left already. You just missed her. Do you make... Sometimes. I don't always make extra. I try to do what the pattern says. I had a favorite store in which, like 45 minutes from me. They just closed about in February with all of Tulip Pink fabric. I didn't get a chance to go pick it up. The only reason I'm trying to flip up these, it's white on white. My kiddo picked this fabric. So I was trying to make sure the white is upright. I'm making the Daydreams quilt from our January quilt box. The shop was closed down, but they had Tulip Pink fabric, and it really sucked. I didn't find out until my mother-in-law told me. So I'm hoping to find another place. Thank you, Melissa. It's hard to find it, Sean. Some quilt shops will have it, some will not. But I did find it in Kansas City. I've been to Massachusetts, but so when I went to Massachusetts, it was for a friend's wedding, but I wasn't into quilting at that time. But I do, if there's good shops out there, yes, I would love to go back. So. And this quilt is actually going to my mother-in-law. The elephant quilt is for my niece. And then I have a lion quilt I started, but I don't know if I'm going to finish it. Do they have a website, Dee? Because if they do, I would order online if I can. I gotta start collecting Tulip Pinks eventually. But I did get a Robert Kaufman's color panel. That's the only problem I would have, is being nervous to cut it out. But it can't complain with the fabric. If I can find them. I have Tulip Pink scissors, tweezers, another pair of scissors, not like these, they're like the small ones. And when I got this machine, I got designs from Tulip Pink in embroidery machine files. Alright, I'll look it up. Thank you, Dee. That's the only way I would, if it's good fabric, I want to find it on a deal too, Teresa. I think I got 3 more pieces. And then I can do the other side of it. It takes time, Sean. I'm trying to see if I can find my very first quilt. Because my grandma brought it back to me. Because it needs fixed. I'll be right back. So this is the very first quilt I made, and the Doria, I can't say the word of it, windows. This is what I made my grandma for her birthday. Long time ago. So now it actually has to be fixed. Because some of there's a hole over here. But I made it with all different kinds of fabric. And then we actually took fabric markers and wrote on it. And then here. Thank you, Marie. It was my very first quilt. And I tried those, I can't say the word, the window things. Okay, I will check them out. Thank you, Dee. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Teresa. And Marie. It was my very first one, and it's coming apart, so my grandma asked me if I can fix it for her. It has definitely been well loved. I used a fun, thank you, Lisa. It was my very first time I chose to do a complicated pattern, but I used this backing. And so what I did, instead of doing the Cathrida's windows on a separate one, I made it to be attached to the backing. Thank you, Dee. But it's really well loved and it needs fixed. You can tell that she's loved on it so much for almost 5 years now. So, thank you. That was actually my very first quilt, and then I did quilts for my daughter's school for a fundraiser. Every year I get asked if I can make them, and I do. Thank you, Marie. Try and straighten this out a bit. It is. It's still attached to each other. Because I don't want to untouch it yet. Good night, Sean. I had fun hanging out with you too. It's a lot, but it calls for a lot of them. And that tangle. It is a lot. And now I'm all tangled. There we go. I fixed it. You're fine, Melissa. I have a long... That's not all of them. They're all down here. But my machine wants to play a little I don't want to sew today. Thank you. I have to sew on both sides of it, and I like this new cutter that I got with last month's Prox. Because it works. Of course, my bobbin wraps around itself. Okay, Lisa. We'll probably still be here. So instead of being up in here, where this little hook, it was in the middle of this little thing. So it got stuck. Do you have the, are you doing it with paper piecing or, the ruler, Melissa? paper piecing. I've done that one. Hold on, let me find it. I've also done this one. It made it a whole lot easier to do. They have a mini one as well. Melissa. And it doesn't slide, and it makes it easier. In this one, you can make a 6-inch block, 8-inch, and a 10-inch. So it's a long ride. Yes, it's a creative grid ruler, Marie. I use them all the time. I have them in this size. This is a 6.5 by 12.5. I have 12.5 by 12.5, and then I have a 15.5 by 15.5. And I have one more. Get that put down. And this one is 8.5 by 24. So I think I know what you're talking about. Are you talking about this? When you when the blade's dull, you can put them in there. So the other thing I've learned, and it saved me quite a bit, if you use an endurance blade, they last a little longer than the regular blades. So you have the pink one? Yeah. My kiddo wants one as well, but I'm not quite ready for that. I use this one, but when I'm doing two-sided half square triangles, I would rather use that one and save this one for the trip. Remove that. You're welcome. If you do that on Amazon, they have where you can buy 5 or I can't remember the price on it, but it was really good. And I changed this blade about maybe 2 months ago, and I'm still good. We're almost done. Melissa, are you making a big quilt with the pineapple? When I get a chance, I will set up all the stuff that I use so you guys can look at it and click on it so that you guys have a chance to see it. Good night, Delilah, and have a wonderful rest of the week as well. I probably won't get on for the rest of the week because Friday through Sunday is back at Stephanie, sometimes T Quilt, I believe, on Saturday, and then Tiffany and Teresa. I don't want to interfere on those days because I'd like to watch them as well. You're just seeing if you can make them. Think? Oh, I made them in little hot pad. I made about the 12-inch in a hot pad for my mother-in-law. I do not mark my squares. I have a seam tape that I use on my machine, like Tiffany does. I learned when I was so last year on my birthday, my husband took me to Missouri Star, and I was practicing okay, thank you, Marie, half square triangles for another project for my cousin, and yes, I did like the box, except for that I did not like the pattern though. I don't think I want to do the pattern. I like some of the stuff in there. I like the fabric. I think you might. I wasn't sure either, Teresa. I see her on, I think it's her on Lorena Quilting channel as well. I'm not sure. Well done. Okay. It sounds good. I agree with Maria. Lisa, paper piecing is not hard. I can tell you right now. I've done this elephant. Pretty much is in the pattern to match the fabric to it, but that's it. Let me see if I can see. It was a challenge for me for the first time, but once I got used to it, it was pretty good. That's how I started I started with the slow collection. I have the 6x12. I want to get some smaller ones eventually. I didn't know that. Are they endurance blade, Teresa? And it's a good deal. That's a good way to learn the generic blades, yeah. I'm using endurance and I haven't had problems with it. It lasts me 2 months so far. I'm still in the middle of doing that too, Murray. I have 8.5 by 24. And then 6 by 12. It is worth it. I started out with Friskers, and I had horrible time trying to get the accuracy on it. And then I switched over to Creative Grids, and I will never go back to those that slide. You're fine, Marie. Are you talking about this, D? Or the squares? I'm cutting them in half. Or, oh, are you talking about those down there behind me? I have 5 of those. They're called the Alex drawer. You're welcome, Shirley. I didn't know Yvette would be on tonight. I know T-Quilt is on, but I figured I'd do this pattern. Have a good evening, Shirley. So the Alex drawers, you can buy them on Amazon, or if you have an IKEA close by, that's where I got them. My IKEA is 3 hours behind, 3 hours ahead of me. 3 hours to get to. But you can buy them on Amazon and get them here cheaper. Or they can ship them free. So I keep dropping blocks. Yeah, I would rather be careful with that than having my fingers cut off. Okay, D. I wasn't sure, but I know T-Quilt's on. So... I thought about doing a video on these with the foam board instead of having to buy them. But if that's up to you guys if you would like me to do that. They're little, kind of like the wall hanging. And on top of the Alex drawer, this gray part and this part here, this is also from IKEA. They were just out of white, and so my husband and I decided to go with gray because my room is purple. I can make more, I don't mind. I need to make more anyways, because 2 small ones isn't enough. You use tape. I learned something new. Use adhesive spray. Some of them used basting spray to put the batting on. It's like hold on. It's like a countertop D. It's big. It's an 8-foot countertop. And it's really sturdy that the machines were able to sit on them. And it's great. They had black, white, a light bluish turquoise color. And I agree with you, Melissa, by the way. She's finding us Lori Holt stuff now. Your ruler is the largest, is 15 by 15. Holy. Yep, I have 15 by 15, Marie. The board of these, I think I did I'm not sure. My daughter hid them from me. They were bigger size. I did a 16.5 by 8.5, I think, or 12. I'm not sure. You really 16? Yeah, that's the 16.5 ruler actually. My goal is to get all of them eventually. Sorry, my mom actually brought it home for dinner for us. So I just sewed on 2 pieces of red fabric now. The drink I'm drinking is called Sunjoy. It's lemonade and tea. The Creative Grid pineapple one, they have the mini and that big one that I have. We love Chick-fil-A too. My husband got me into that, Marie. He was the one that loves it. Never heard of that. They have different types of Alex drawers. Ones we got are the wider ones, and then they have skinny ones and tall ones as well. And you're welcome. Yes. Hold on, let me pull it out again. Now I'm really trying to pick out where I put it. Oh, there it is. The big one makes 6-inch blocks, 8-inch block, and 10-inch blocks. I think I need to label my drawers so I know where everything is. You're fine, Marie. It's okay. I would rather answer the questions and keep going. You're welcome. Catch you later, Dee. You're welcome. I might be getting off here in a little bit because I have to hit the bed and then get up tomorrow. Ooh, you have a good idea, Melissa. This is all I have to put the white square and half diagonally stitch it. Hi, Joyce. You're fine. Hi, Joyce. Doing good. How are you, Joyce? It is. The pattern requires all of that. At least I have a seam tape to help that problem. I agree with you, Lisa. The pineapple ruler is awesome. What was going on with your phone, Joyce? I hope it's nothing major. Hope we can make it work right. Wait, once you get the hang of it, you'll love it to the point you'll want to keep doing the pineapple block. It's simple, it's easy, it's just strips and maybe it's basically strips. And then you go on from there. Uh-oh. I don't know if Melissa would be crazy nuts. I think she might have a really good crazy patterns. I have not done the double wedding ring yet because it looks hard. Yes, it's a good thing, so I don't have to sit here and mark all these squares. Sandra, were you the one that posted a comment yesterday on my YouTube live below? I agree with you, Melissa. I wanted to say if it was you yesterday that left me a comment after my live, thank you. I agree with you, Marie. I eventually gonna buy some fabric from Soya, but I don't know. Yeah. Good luck with your double wedding ring, Sandra. I have 3 colors left. So the lighting, I had to, when we got the shop, it didn't have walls, it didn't have anything. It's a 10 by 20 shop, and so we put the sheetrock and all that stuff up, and before we did that, we had electrical guy come in, and I said, I need LED lights and plugins on every wall I can find. So I have like 2 on this wall in front of me, 4 on the wall to the left of me, 1 on the by the window, and then another one, and then 2 on the other opposite wall. So thank you, Marie. I may have to do a second part for this, where we put it all together. am in a she shed, yes. 10 by 20. But hoping for a bigger one eventually. I love having where nobody can be in my little building. Maybe you'll get to it eventually. So when we did the remodel with the IKEA furniture, we didn't realize my 13-foot frame is going to be squished on one end. No, I did not, Melissa. But do have plans for a bathroom and a kitchen in my next one. So I'd say if he hasn't used it, why we need to keep it, right? Yeah. I have a 9-year-old daughter, and then I have 3 dogs, 2 cats, and my hubby. I have 8 nieces and nephews. So that's awesome. I learned canning from my mom this just past fall. She was teaching me how to do it. So we made homemade pickles. That's a good idea, Martha. Almost done with these little things. Three more blocks and then trim and then press them. Go. The last four. Thank you, Marie. It is actually 9:34 tonight. Yes, I can show you the pattern. I'm doing the same pattern that Teresa and Rebecca is doing. It's the Daydream pattern that I got out of the Sew Sampler box. And I'll show you the one that I've completed of the block. So, I'm probably going to just go ahead and hop off, trim, and here's a vote. I could do a part 2, or you just make the video and then post it. A live part 2 or a video. It's up to you guys. I don't care how we do it, but I have a bucket filling up too, Lisa, don't worry. And I'm young and I have a big old tote. I'm in Kansas, Marie. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Marie. So now it's the vote. Do you guys want me to do a part 2 live or just me to post the video when I'm done? But I need to make sure it's not on when Teresa Louise does hers. Okay. Or maybe we all three, Teresa, maybe you, me, and Becca could do it together and finish it all off. It doesn't matter to me. If Becca's up for that. I'm glad you did too, Joyce. I was on live yesterday as a test to see if the voice and all that was working. I had an external microphone and it was just going crazy. You're about an hour ahead of me, Lisa. Oh, you're fine, Marie. Thank you, Sandra. Hi, Crystal. I'm getting ready to probably get off in here in a little bit. I was just seeing if anybody wants to have me do another live, which is fine with me. Okay, I thought so. I think it's already up on Facebook, on YouTube, excuse me. Also, I have Melissa, are you still here? She posted my Facebook page, which is the name of this YouTube channel. You like my live ones? Okay, I'll do more of them. And I think I have a surprise coming up soon. I don't know when yet. There you go. I believe you posted the Facebook link, right, Melissa? So if you go up, she's had... Okay, I'll do another live. Might not be till next week. If that's okay with everybody. It'll be prepped and ready. It's all prepped except for the one last piece I need to do. So make sure you be creative, have fun, and be safe. I'm gonna head off, and I will make sure you know that. Thank you, Melissa. Crystal, are you talking about my page? It's Pieces Love and Quilting is my page. My YouTube channel, which is the same as my Facebook page. Good night, Lisa. So, I will see you guys later. And if you join the Facebook page, I will make sure you guys know ahead of time. Have a wonderful night. Be safe, be happy, and so pretty.